Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Refresh your browsers, y'all, because today is Thursday, March the 8th, 2012, and you're listening to Room 3026 live. Episode 482, a 60-minute conversation ranging from technology to pop culture. And I'm your host, Damon Nolan, and we are broadcasting live right here in Durham, North Carolina. It's lunch hour in the Onyx Tower. Today, my co-hosts are Mr. Derek Brinson and Mr. Michael Render.
I do.
And as always, we encourage listener participation. That means that you can join the conversation. All you got to do is give us a call right here at 646-929-2689. Again, at 646-929-2689. Or you can chat with us right now over at blogtalkradio.com/Damon Nolan. And that's blogtalkradio.com/Damon Nolan. I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Darren Tyler for providing our theme song. It's called Without You. And that reminds me that without you, we would not be where we are today. So let me say thank you so very much for what you do. Special thanks to Mr. Darren Tyler and Michael Render. And put it on pause right here. There you go. And let me turn to the chat room and say hi to those who are walking in the room right now. Let me say what's up to Mr. Aaron K. Mr. Aaron K. White, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Aaron K. We also got Mr. Alan Tran in the house. Welcome. We also got Miss Eileen Smith, the one and only. And we have guest 1876. Welcome to the show. Mr. Michael Renders also in the chat room.
Yo.
And we got Mr. LL, that's Dyslexic in America, calling in from the telephones. So we'll say up to him. What's up? All right. So with that being said, let me just tell you, today is Thursday, y'all. It is Thursday. We are almost to Friday. We have made it over the hump day. We are so close. But today we're going to talk about some things that you might find rather enjoyable. I don't know if you guys heard about this. There's a new a viral campaign that's out there right now. It's called Kony 2012. Not Cheese Coney.
Oh, no, that's the first thing I thought of.
A different Kony 2012. We're going to talk a little bit about both sides. We're going to ask the question, is it a viral campaign or is it just a scam?
Or a cheese coney.
Or a cheese coney. You're making me hungry again, man. You need to stop doing that.
Yeah, man.
Also, we're going to take a look at some new numbers on Pinterest. Just how effective is the new Pinterest? Well, we're going to talk about some new numbers that are coming out, and we want to get your thoughts on that as well in this episode of Room 3026 Live. All right, man. So let me turn to you first, Mike. Let me ask you, how's your day going, man?
Oh, it's going all right.
I'm looking at you right now, man, and you have no facial hair, and it's not tough. It just takes me back a second.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
To have no facial hair?
Yeah. How does it feel that you have no facial hair?
I feel 16 again, Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the secret then. Is that why old dudes always cut their hair off because they want to look young?
I think so.
Yeah, it could happen.
But it could make you look older too. So.
You think so?
For older people,
yeah. Could be. Yeah. I guess if you get a lot of, like graying hair, like I'm beginning to get a lot of gray hair on my mustache,
right,
and my beard. It's like this, and it's like this aggravating one because it's white right here, right underneath my nose, and I'm like, dude, that is so not cool. So I guess you just gotta start plucking, but it's like you always gonna have to pluck though, because it's always gonna grow, and it's gonna get worse.
Man, you could use the dyes like the
I ain't doing
Emmett Smith commercials.
No, I ain't doing that.
Some black ice.
Because then it just looks fake.
Black ice.
It just looks. I saw an interesting post the other day. It says if you're beginning to lose your hair for any reason, you can actually, and it's really inexpensive. You can actually go to the tattoo parlor and have them, especially if you have low cropped, very short hair, right? Let's say you have like a brush cut, or you have like almost bald, but you just have like stubble.
Right.
You can get tattoo parlor to come in and tattoo your forehead with hair, little dots that look like hair. So you will always have a perfect edge up in the front.
Nah.
That's anybody who's losing hair. And also could happen in the back. Like if you in your crown, for example, some people are losing their crown. You can just tattoo the crown of your head, and you will always get.
What about when it fades?
Well, it's just black or whatever color your hair is.
But still, though.
Right.
That's
You could always go back and get it darker.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Like, hey, I just got more hair. The only problem is like if you ever decide to cut it off.
Yeah, you could never.
Like that's the only haircut you got from now on. Right. Like you don't get anything. Yeah, like that's it. You get no other hairdo for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's kind of disturbing.
And I thought about that this morning as I was walking in. I said,
You
man,
gonna tattoo your what?
no. Well, there are some people who like use black ice, right? To always have a perfect edge up.
Right.
Like it always like, dude, that's a tight edge up.
All right. Pixel perfect.
You could practically do that now. Just cut all your hair off and then just
tattoo
it.
The edge
a perfect hairdo. That's awesome, man. Michael Jackson did it, right? He always had an eyeliner on. Like he never had to get up and put eyeliner on anymore. He just had permanent eyeliner.
So he tattooed his eyes?
He did.
He did? I didn't know that.
Permanent eyeliner.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't even know what eyeliner is exactly, but I just know that was something he did.
Ain't that like on your eyelid?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You got me.
That's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Tattooing your eyelid.
I feel bad enough as it is now that they're putting lasers in people's eyes, but a tattoo artist putting a needle near my eye is I'm even more afraid. At least an eye surgeon has a machine with the laser. It does all that. So anyway,
so a
I
laser
digress.
sounds more safer than a needle.
No, what I'm saying is that there's a computer that is like that has
That's even
precision.
worse.
No, it has precision.
Yeah, so if you off by 1 point or a
Well,
number,
yeah, they have
that
that.
could make or
Yeah,
break
and
your
there are definitely security things in place, right? But you're talking about going to a dude that probably looked like he'd been smoking and drinking before he started tattooing you,
man,
and you want to put that in front of your eyeball.
he took a class
Nah.
to learn his skill set.
Yeah,
He's educated.
ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
He's educated, man.
Aaron K. White says, I'm all over that. He's talking about the tattoo, an edge up. Except he has, like, really long hair. I mean, Aaron, I don't know if you guys seen Aaron K. We'll probably look at it today. If you haven't seen Aaron K. White's hairdo, man, that joke is long as heck.
I mean, the last time, but he just cut it like a while ago.
It grows quickly. I don't know. Miracle Grow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Maybe he's eating Miracle Grow for plants and it just grows faster. I don't know. Say no to drugs. That's right. Some people get their eyebrows tattooed. He
Yeah.
says, "What?
Yeah, I know, like cancer patients, that's what they do, or like the chemo.
What? Really?
Mhm.
Tattooed eyebrows?
Mm-hmm. Cause like whatever the chemo did to their skin, it just doesn't
grow back.
Right. So they get.
Well, at least you
tattooed
always
eyebrows.
have perfect eyebrows,
Mhm.
right?" So,
Right.
anyway, 9 minutes into the show, since I have no
Oh, it's been
announcements.
6 months. Dang.
Since I have no announcements, let's jump right on into Feed Watch.
Miss Eileen, you're funny.
Feed Watch is where we constantly comb the blogs so that you don't have to. We give you the news that you can use because that's what we do, so you best not snooze, you will not lose. Unless, of course, you just enjoy singing the blues.
Boo-hoo.
A boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Today we're going to start off our first story. We're going to talk about this viral video that's going out there. I saw it yesterday for the first time. I think I saw Diddy retweet it. Then I saw Run DMC, Pastor Run, Reverend Run tweet it. And I saw a number of other, high-profile folks tweeting it as well. So I said, well, what is this thing? Because it didn't really tell you. It said Coney 2012.
Conies.
And you click on this link, and it takes you to a video. It's a YouTube video. It's a 27-minute documentary about, and I can give you the link here. I'll give it to you guys right now. It's about a film. What do you call them? Photographer.
A photographer?
I don't know. That's not the right word, is it? A guy that does film. Thank you. Whatever the word is. A filmographer. That's not it. Come on, Mike. Help me out, man. He's not a producer. He's a filmer of movies.
He records films?
Oh, gosh. You're so not
Or does he
helping me right
direct,
now.
produce?
He probably does them all. I'll just say that. He's a filmographer. That's my word. I've made the word up now. There you go.
Multimedia movies?
Mike, you're not helping me right now. You are not helping me.
I just know filmographer is not right.
I know that's not right. That's why I turned to you. You're supposed to help me.
I can't think of the word.
A filmographer. It is a person who takes movies.
A cameraman?
I'm about to slap the mess out of you.
No, that's what the rap said.
Help me.
Said.
Help me help you. Anyway, he is what he does is he films documentaries.
Okay.
Right. And so he is sort of an activist.
A movie maker.
Okay. And he there's a guy named I think it's Joseph Kony, who is a dictator in Africa. Where he basically takes kids when they're young and builds them into his army. And
sounds like a video game.
Well, I'm sure that this is based on real life. The video game it is. Anyway, he has been in power for 25, 30 years or something. And there are tons and tons and tons of African kids who have joined his army, not at their own free will, but they are basically forced to do it. And they are forced to do really despicable acts under his reign. And this filmographer is trying to remove him using social media. And his plan, and you can see this video here, this plan that he has in place is basically to create a buzz on the internet that will encourage people to get involved. And there's a two-step plan here. And you can actually get all the details, go to the video, but I'm just sort of generalizing it. The first plan is to get these top folks like Jay-Z and Diddy and other people at that level to blog, tweet, Facebook about it, whatever the case may be, right? And then the second step is to go and post to our government, our politicians, President Obama, right, and all these other politicians, because what has to happen is they have to make sure that the military that's sent over there in Africa stays longer. But the only way to do that is to keep it in front of the politicians, because they're the ones who can keep the military over there. And what they want to do is they want to get rid of this dictator. Okay, so if you can go watch this 27-minute long video, and you can get all the details about what they plan on doing. You can see the pictures, you can see the videos and everything. But that has been huge. So you'll see this Kony 2012 all over the place, and they actually have this huge campaign set up. There's millions and millions of people out there already viewing this and sharing it and all this, that, and the other. So I don't know if you've seen that yet, Mike.
No, I saw it on Broccoli City yesterday, but I didn't watch it.
Didn't know what it was.
I just scrolled by and I was like, oh, Kony 2012, and it was like, it said please watch this. I just didn't do it. But then they talked about it on Russ Parr this morning, and then you was talking about. I saw your post yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay, this must be big if Damon and Russ Parr are talking about it.
Right.
So. Yeah, I see Miss Eileen said it has 36 million views in 3 days. That's
yesterday
crazy.
I looked at it. When I looked at the video, it was 7 million. I don't know if it's what video it is, but the last time I checked, it was like 7 million. And I know that people have been jumping on watching. I'm gonna go there right now and see what the number is right now.
Man, stuff like this is cool, but
36 million. You're right, 36 million. So it jumped from 7 million yesterday when I first watched it to 36 million views on YouTube.
So what does that mean?
That means a lot of people are talking about it and watching it.
And I mean, but who is how can so when it's 3 days ago, that's Tuesday. Uh-huh. So what do you think he was doing Monday? Like, who knew him Monday?
I don't even know when the video went out. Like, exactly. I guess if I go back, but this program or this video is sponsored by a nonprofit organization which is called Invisible Children.
Yeah, Invisible Children.
Right? I'm looking at this right here to see when did they uploaded this video on the 5th. So in line with what Eileen just said, 3 days to get to 36 million.
So
And this is something, and if you look at the video, you'll actually notice that this is something that has been going on. This program or this nonprofit organization has been going on for quite a few years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy statistic.
Yeah, it's a lot of. But here's the thing. So there are a lot of people who are sharing it, right? They're out there. They're giving this thing a lot of attention. But on the other side of that, though, there are people who are now saying, why are you guys sharing this video?
Yeah, that was
Right?
gonna be my question. I mean, it's cool. It's funny, like when things like this go out, you know, like when things like this go out, you like, okay, yeah, man, let's all go to Africa and help them, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But like, where's the documentary video for the issues that we have in our own, country and everybody jumping down on that? Like, why ain't there like British and French people, Asian people, like, yeah, we got to help the Americans fix blah blah blah. It seems like it's always outward.
Well, I think, but there is a bigger message here, and I think for us, and one of the reasons why we're talking about this right now, outside of the original message of Joseph Kony, is look at how we are able to use social media.
Oh yeah,
Like, look how we're using the internet now. We're using video. We're using Twitter, Facebook. We're using Google Plus. We're using Empire Avenue
and anybody. The crazy thing is,
to share these videos.
anybody
get
could
the
be that
message out.
guy.
Absolutely.
Anybody could be that guy. Tomorrow,
Absolutely.
it could be another 36 million and
On another video,
right. On a
and I
completely
think
different thing.
that's part of what he says in here. This is essentially an experiment, right? This is an experiment, to solve a real live problem, but an experiment on how to use social media effectively to get people to understand what's going on. Understand, if you look at social media today, there is so much noise out there, right? Everyone's saying something. Everyone's out there, pushing their company or pushing their product or they're talking, whatever. But how do you get a single message out to a large body of people?
Yeah, and I don't think they did anything special, really.
Well, they did a video. Well,
They did a video.
one of the things I noticed about this, and this is my own view.
There was no blog post prior to.
Well, I think if you look at their game plan, right? And if you look at the game plan was to do two things. Number one, reach out to people who are already influential. Right? In this case, he's talking about entertainers, Jay-Z. You're talking about, people who have followers. Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, right? If you get this link out and say, look, you guys need to support this, Kony 2012, it begins to sort of ripple effect. Because that's what caused me to look at it.
So do you think, like, with social media, like back in the day, like if you try to write a fan letter to Michael Jackson,
right,
he probably is not going to actually physically read it. But
he may or may not.
Right, but with a tweet to Jay-Z that says, "Hey, Kony 2012," that title might for Jay-Z might just spark his interest, and he clicks and sees a video.
Right,
he retweets it to whoever, Beyonce, and it just kind of.
And I think that it may be more than just retweeting. If he says, "Hey, y'all
check this out.
You guys need to check this out. This is really important," right? That right there, just saying that little thing, is enough to get people to say, "Well, what is this?"
That's influence.
Right. And then if you get him to do it, then you say, "Well, who else can I get to do it that's influential?" And I think the game plan right now is, but this is the strategy. I see it. The strategy for social media is to say, bump just posting stuff out there. The game plan is to get people who are influential to post it for you. Right? That's the important piece here. And I think that's why this is such a very even if what this other side of this discussion is has merit. Just watching them go from 30 to 36 million views in the course of 3 days,
72 hours,
there is something very valuable in that. Mm-hmm. But let me give you the other side of the story, though. So that's the one side. But the other side of this is people saying, wait a second, why are you guys just openly sharing this video? Like, you don't even know what this is. Like, you just openly trust this.
I tell you, man, it's the cool factor, man. It's the in atmosphere. You're in. No matter why you're in or how you got in, you're viewed as being in.
Yeah, Aaron, I did. I saw that, and I couldn't say anything, but Yeah, I saw that. Let me just finish the story, and then I'll comment on it. Right? Let me finish. Yeah, let me do this, and then I'll comment on it. So the other side of the story is this: is that you have companies that are saying, look, this is a scam. Right? There's one group called Visible Children, which is sort of a play on words of their Invisible Children, which is the nonprofit organization. They have a Tumblr account that basically says this program or this nonprofit organization is really bogus. They're not even legitimate. Let me give you some numbers. So what they found was last year, the Invisible Children spent $8 million. The exact number is $8,676,614 on this campaign. And you can see, if you look at the video, you can see these posters, you can see stickers, you can see these little packages. They spent some money. And I was like, dude, they've done a good job of getting out in front of the people. They've raised $8 million last year. But here's the other side. According to this story from Visible Children, only 32% went to the real issue, which is to get this guy out of the jungle and to get him arrested.
The jungle?
Yeah. The rest of the money, out of the 32% that actually went to the cause that they were raising this money for, the rest of the money went to salaries, travel, transportation, and film production.
So 70% went to all of that.
The other stuff.
Right.
So why am I giving you money if only 30 cents on the dollar is actually going to the real cause? So that's what some of their people who were like, yeah, this is wrong, it's not going to work. Some other things, and if you go to their children or Invisible Children's 2011 budget, which is public, it's online, you can see this for yourself. They say it right there. $1 million was allocated to travel. Another $1.7 million was allocated to staff compensation.
Oh, so they telling you all this on the site?
On their website.
Oh, that's cool then.
You know, but the point is, if I'm giving you money and 70 cents is going to paying your bills and, travel expenses, some people have a problem with that.
Well, I mean, you can't, everybody can't donate their time for free. So.
No, I mean, if this is what you do full time, you got to pay salaries, right?
Right. So
I understand that. So I think this is right here. This is the argument right now. And you got some people who are like, dude, I fully support this. Coney 2012, baby. Coney 2012.
Coney.
Or the other side saying, look, y'all need to chill out with this. Stop sending me this Coney 2012 in my feeds. I don't want to see this. And I can't even tell you if they've even seen the video yet. I have no clue. I have no idea. So I don't know. What do you think about this?
I still haven't seen the video yet.
You need to watch it. Just watch it so you
I can be part
say,
of the in crowd. So I can say I watched.
Well, at least so you
but
know.
I ain't donating though.
At least so you know. Yeah. At least so you know.
Yeah.
Now that I've said that,
Mm-hmm.
now let me go back to some of these comments that you guys have in the chat room.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. So Mike was throwing out these words like, I think we're talking about Michael Jackson and his tattoo on his eyes, right? And of course, I think Aaron K. White, who
his fan letter,
who
and Aaron K.
is
say he'll invite me to his ranch. I can play with Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all are funny, man. Let me say what's up while I got you here. Let me say what's up to Nab. Neil's in the room. Also, Bob H. is in the room. What's going on, gentlemen?
Bob.
Why do I call him Bob H. anymore? Like, I know his last name now, right?
Because that's what you...
Bob Hazelwood. Like, why do I call him Bob H? I think this is like Tim Arthur, King Tim, right? It just comes out. I'm sorry.
Like, he has a name.
And isn't it Neil Bishop? I think it is. Isn't that right, Neil? Neil Bishop?
Nab.
Anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with us. So let me get to the other story we have here, and that's Pinterest. I have some numbers here now for Pinterest, which is obviously becoming more and more popular over the weeks. Like, we've talked about it. But coming from Mashable, we have some new numbers as far as how effective Pinterest is in driving traffic to your blog. Matter of fact, the article says Pinterest drives more traffic to your blog than Twitter does. Can you believe that?
Because images are easy to access and they communicate better than the tweet.
Well, let's look at the numbers. So the first thing is that in the month of February, this company has been doing some research and pulled some numbers according to its online publishers. And what they found is this, that Pinterest, which is really a 2-year-old site, I didn't realize it was that old, has 11.7 million active registered users when you compare that to Twitter, which has more than 100 million. The other details of this is that in February, the company found that less than half, that's 48.81% of all the traffic came from Google, followed by Facebook at only 6%, which is a huge drop. So Google sent a lot of traffic over. Yahoo, 1.6%, StumbleUpon, 1.2%, and Bing, the Microsoft product, 1.21%. Pinterest in February came in sixth place at 1.05%, but they beat out Twitter, which came in at less than 1% at 0.82%. Now, what's interesting, in January, Shareaholic found that Pinterest also sent more referral traffic to publishers' blogs than Google+, YouTube, and LinkedIn combined. Now, in January, they didn't beat out Twitter, but what we're seeing here now is that they are moving up the ranks.
Man, it's about the pictures, man. It's about the pictures.
It's got to be. It's got to be about the pictures.
Yep.
And I have some information, but I'm not gonna say about what it is.
What?
I'm gonna
How you gonna do that?
Because I have some
Man,
information.
I got something you might want,
but I can't tell you about it.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, my lips are sealed.
Let's beat up.
I'll let Aaron K. White talk about it when he's ready.
I know I gotta talk to Aaron K. White.
In any case, let's take pictures, y'all. And after the break, what I'd like to do is talk about the new iPad. I know we talked about it yesterday, but I want to talk about kind of bring all the details that we have heard so far. I want to bring those in front of us and talk about those. And I also want to talk about something else that Apple is doing. They could potentially, according to this story, leave Google Maps behind. So anyway, we're going to look at both those stories after we go to Daily Booth. So pull out your cameras, y'all. Let's take some pictures. We call this Daily Booth. All right. Daily Booth is where we go to take pictures. It's a free website. You can actually go there right now. It's www.dailybooth.com. You can use your webcam, you can use your cell phone, or you can just upload a picture, whatever is easiest for you. And once you do, share that URL with us right here in the chat room. And we'll take a look at it. All right. Looks like, let's see here. Looks like Aaron K. White has already beat us to the punch. Let me go check out his picture here. Maybe he has a new picture of his hairdo, right? His 9-inch long hairdo. Oh, wait a minute. So I have received permission to talk a little bit about the new Empire Avenue. As a matter of fact, you can see in Aaron K. White's Daily Booth picture, which he has shared online. You guys can actually see that in the chat room right now. If you click on that, you can go right on in, and you can see that there are some immediate changes to their website. It is dramatically different. If you have been an Empire Avenue fan, and if you have been using it, there is a new UI that is totally different. Matter of fact, one of the first thing that comes up when I go inside of Empire Avenue, there is an Engage tab. And let me tell you what it reminds me of. Are you ready for this? Pinterest. That's and I wanted to say this when we were talking about Pinterest, right? Pinterest, it is what it does right now is it will enable you right there from within Empire Avenue. It allows you to see all of your social networks right here in this one space in sort of a Pinterest sort of view. So I can see videos, I can see pictures, I can see updates across Facebook, my Facebook group, my Facebook page, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, as I go, I'm just going down here, and I can see all these things, and I can retweet from here, I can reply from here, I can start new posts from here, so I can do in this very attractive, engaged Pinterest-like device. I can do all those things. They also have this new, evaluate, where you can where we used to have those experts. We now have this evaluate tab, and you can also see all of your recommended people that you can buy, the leaders in certain areas, and also new people. They have totally just changed everything. I can see my missions over here. I mean, it is totally different. And so I just want to say big ups to Aaron K. White, man. You and your team have been working hard on making a lot of these changes, man. And let me just say, dude, you get an applause from me. So big ups to you, sir, on a job well done. Job well done, sir. Job well done. I see Mike Render is going into his account right now. It is the future, man. It's the future. It's the future. It's the future. Take a look around you. Okay, that's having a flashback of some of my favorite songs. Let me also say what's up to, let's see here, Neil, who posts a couple of pictures about an hour ago. Let me say what's up to you, sir. Thank you for sharing those pictures. And I see Michael Render also throws, what is this? Are you squeezing my head, Mike? Really? Are you trying to say my head is like a peanut and you can just squeeze it?
What?
And he says, just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Yeah, Mike, see, you don't have the new one.
Yeah.
See, but he said, what's your ticker? And he can probably hook you up.
Mr. Picasso.
We'll put it in the chat room. But anyway, it looks totally different. And so again, big shout out to you, sir, on a job well done. All right, let's jump into some of our other. Wait. I see another picture here. Let's take a look at Bob H for a moment. Let's see what Bob H is doing. He says, "Me and my younger brothers, dude. Which one are you?" That's the question. Now, which one are you? Maybe I'll take a guess. Let me take a gamble. Which one would I say you are? How about the one in the middle? I would say either the one in the middle or the one on the far right. Or the far, right. It must have been a few years ago. Because it kind of looks like, what was the name of that television show? The Wonder Years? It's kind of what it reminds me of, The Wonder Years.
Right.
You know, them old cameras that used to rock back in the day. Or it could be film. Anyway, thanks for sharing that, sir. Happy Family Day. I don't know.
What?
Just sounded good. Happy Family Day. Happy Family Day. Okay, let's talk about the new iPad.
Yeah, going up.
So with the new iPad, which we saw yesterday, we actually, thanks to Tim Arthur, who shared a number of details while we were on the show. I wanted to make sure that we shared what details we have gathered over the course of the last 24 hours or so, and just kind of give them to you, and that way you have this idea of what we have. So yesterday, they had the big announcement about the new iPad. Some people are calling it the iPad 4.3. Some people are calling it the iPad HD. And others, as I saw today, are calling it the iPad 4G. So, and I don't know what the official term is right now, but it just looks like the new iPad. Anyway, some of the details that we are getting about this, number one, is that they have a new Retina display. This is, we were aware of this, right? We knew that it was going to look better. The pixels, the resolution is 2048 by 1536 pixels. And what you get with this is you will get 1 million more pixels than a 1080p HD TV, which means it's going to look fantabulous.
Tablet-less.
It's the fact that you can get a tablet that looks better
than your
HD television set is pretty amazing. 44% better color saturation. I think you made an interesting point. You said in every pixel, every one pixel, there's 236 different colors. Is that what you said?
64
264 in every pixel.
in every inch.
Oh, okay. In every inch.
Yeah, there's 264 pixels in every inch.
Compared to what was it before?
The Retina display, they just doubled it, but like this like tripled it or something like that. Or it's like four pixels in every pixel or something like that.
So it's going to be even sharper, basically what you're saying.
Right.
More details at a more granular level.
Right.
Cool beans. Also, you saw, or you should have seen if you didn't know, is that you get a new processor. It's the A5X, right? Which is a dual-core processor. And it also has quad-core graphics. Now, the A5 chip, just to kind of put this into perspective for you, the A5 chip, which is currently found in the iPhone 4S and is found in the iPad 2, was a 1 gigahertz processor, whereas this one here will probably fall somewhere between 1 and 1.5 gigahertz. Now, the details are a little bit shaky on this. We don't know the details exactly, but that's kind of where we're thinking with the new processor. The new iSight camera. Now, again, I'm glad I have Aaron here because he is the photographer out of the group, at least the ones I'm familiar with. New thing called iSight camera. It's a 5 megapixel camera, which takes pictures and 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Wow. But again, when you compare this to other services, this iPad only has 5 megapixels, whereas the iPhone 4S has 8 megapixels.
Yep.
Now, when I spoke with a photographer this weekend, and maybe Aaron, you can confirm this, but the sensor is a huge deal when it comes to cameras, right? It's almost as if the megapixels doesn't really matter. And I'm sure it does, but I'm just saying when you look at the fact that the size of your sensor really plays a huge part as to how well or how good your pictures will be. And it has a lot to do with how grainy your pictures look, especially in low light, right? So this new camera, as I understand it, is actually a really good looking camera, even though it has fewer megapixels. And Aaron K. White says yes. I think he's talking to me. Yes, the sensor size has a lot to do with it. So that's huge. And that's something else that's in this new iPad. You also get LTE. There's a couple of LTE models. There's which means you can get 4G access over a quick LTE network. And now there are two companies that have an LTE. You have AT&T and you have Verizon. I know Sprint, the one I'm currently on, will be moving to that as well later on this year, which also means for the rest of us, we get Galaxy Nexus will be rolling out to Sprint. And I'm sure that this will also become available to some.
So you just had to roll in that Galaxy Nexus?
Yeah, well, yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I'd throw it out there for you. What else we got? Okay, so one of the things we did talk about early on, we said one of the things that we kind of expect to see is the Siri. And the new iPad does not have Siri. Fail, right? But what they are going to give you is, they said, okay, even though we're not going to give you Siri, guys, we can give you this thing called dictation. It's a lot like Siri, but it's not Siri. And according to this, it sends, with this new dictation tool, it will send text messages. It can also search the web, or it can write a note. It can even send Facebook updates, right? But it's not Siri. It's not, hello, Michael. I shall call you Michael from this point on, right? It won't do that, right? It's not equipped with that. They've left that only for those who have the iPhone 4S. Something else, I really like this one. This is really cool. There's something called AirPlay video streaming at 1080p. And the idea behind this is that if you have an Apple TV, you can use your iPad 3 or 4G or iPad HD, whatever you want to call it. You can use this to transmit. What's a transmit? To transmit.
You are my transmitter.
Video to your television set wirelessly. Now that's pretty cool. So imagine, if you will, you say, hey, I got this movie on my iPad, but I want to send it over to my television set in HD. talking about 1080p. Now, I did see some numbers there that said, well, it's not exactly 1080p. It's more like 720p, depending upon what your setup looks like. But they are advertising that you can watch 1080p via AirPlay.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yep.
Okay. Also, they have the bigger battery, but this the bigger battery does absolutely nothing when it comes to like length of time, right? It doesn't extend the length of time past the iPad 2. What it does at 42.5 watt hours, this new battery will basically allow you to get exactly the same amount of battery life that you got in the iPad 2. It's just bigger. The reason for that is because this new iPad has so many new features, like a very dynamic and very attractive screen. And because of that, it's going to take more power. So in order to power that and still give you the time that you're used to, they're going to have to just put a bigger, fatter battery in the device. Which leads me to the last point of this new iPad, the iPad 3. And that is this, that it is in fact thicker. Right? It's not a thinner device like many thought it might be. It's actually a thicker device, which is 0.37 inches thick, or 0.03 inches thicker than the iPad 2. And it's heavier too. It's weighing in at 1.44 pounds compared to 1.33 pounds, which I doubt anyone would really notice. I mean, it's 2 pounds. It's 1.5 pounds heavy. Not really. Is it? I mean, you try to carry around the laptop. It's probably like 15 pounds. I don't know how heavy the laptop
like
is.
7
but
pounds.
when I put that laptop in the bag and I carry all those wires and recharger and everything else, I kid you, I feel like I'm carrying 50 pounds around. So those are the specs there on the new iPad 3, the HD, the 4G, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I heard some rumors yesterday that there'll be some who are going out to buy this. This is exactly what they wanted. March 16th, you can look forward to getting this on sale. So it's out there.
But you can get the iPad 2 for $399,
which is $100 cheaper than what it was before. Aaron K. White says, nah. I'm sticking with my my iPad 2. But I'll just spend my money on the new iPhone 5, he says.
Yeah, once I get the iPad 2, I'm sticking. Oh, yeah, we by the way, me and Derek got to hold the Samsung Note yesterday.
You got it from where?
From Antoine, one of our coworkers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's nice.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, if you have that, you don't need an iPhone or a tablet.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yes. And it fits in your pocket.
Does it come with Bluetooth?
Yes.
So you just put your earpiece in and boom, you're done.
Yeah. And I heard somebody's making an aftermarket keyboard for it.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's nice though, man.
It's really?
It's light, just like the Galaxy S2. It's light, like after picking up my iPhone, I was like, whoa, this thing is heavy. So.
Wow.
But it's nice though.
I do want to point out that for those of you that have the Galaxy Note, Bob 8 says, I want the new phablet. Oh, I'm sorry, iPhablet. I think this says iPhablet, right?
iPhablet.
I can't tell because it's kind of blurry on my side. In any case, the thing with that is, for those of you that have the new Galaxy Note, right? There's a new game coming out. It's called Angry Birds.
And it's new.
Yes, because they're not playing on Earth anymore. They're now playing in space. And it's this weekend. If you're at South by Southwest, they're actually going to let those people who are there get first cracks at the new game.
Wow.
Where they play entirely in space.
Demoing mobile games.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Angry
in space
Invader.
Well, they got to do something different, right? Like, how many different ways can I throw an Angry Bird? We've already gone through all the seasons. Now you got to go to different planets.
Yeah.
And fight in space.
Different gravity things. That'd be kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Using gravity.
Yeah, and the gravity is totally different now.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me say hi to those who are walking in. I see you guys. I see a lot of guest 2626, guest 2690. Welcome to the show. Also, Mary Ann's in the house. What's going on, ma'am? Good to see you.
Mary Ann.
You know, quickly say, whenever I say ma'am, I think of my daughter, right? And she doesn't say man. She says ma'am. So she was singing a song the other day, and she says, you can't catch me because I'm the gingerbread ma'am. I said, huh? That's not a
Yeah.
part of the song.
Yeah, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Hey, that ma'am outside. What? And then also yesterday, this is pretty funny. Yesterday, she came home from school yesterday. She, you know how kids, they tell stories about what they did at school. So my daughter's telling me all these stories. She's like, Dad, and at school today, we went like this. And so she gets on all fours and puts her head down, like in between her knees, and puts her hands over her head. And I said, well, what are you doing, baby? What's going on? I said, is that the fire drill? She goes, no, Daddy. I said, what are you doing? She goes, Daddy, this is our tomato drill.
What?
I said, huh? What's a tomato drill? I said, a tornado? She goes, no, Daddy, a tomato drill.
Oh, I got
She
you.
just couldn't say tornado.
Tornado.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's what happens when you're a dad. You find little things that is, they're funny to you. Tomato drill. Okay. So the other story. Let's talk about Apple. Since we're on Apple, let's talk about Apple. One of the biggest things that I've recognized that many of you who have Apple devices complain, right, is that some of the cool things you used to be able to do on an Android, you can't do on an iPhone.
Right.
I think Maps is one of those things that that some people have talked about.
Right.
And right now, Apple is saying we don't need Google Maps anymore. As a matter of fact, coming from Gizmodo, they talk about how they have been buying out a number of different companies who do mapping technology, whether it's from Google Earth type mapping, that really visually beautiful, graphic heavy view of the Earth in real time. Well, not real time, but in real pictures. You got that view, and they're buying those kind of companies. But you also have other companies that they're buying that do more things like what Google Maps is doing. So one of the new things that we found out recently is that the new version of iPhoto, which again I don't own, so maybe you know what this is, Mike. The new iPhoto doesn't seem to use Google Maps for the mapping features. In addition to this, we've also found out that that Apple has a new relationship with Bing, with the Microsoft product. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And they're working together on a new map, understanding that Bing has a relatively advanced mapping technology. And so if you have, now granted, I don't think Apple wants to be in that kind of relationship with Bing or / Microsoft because again, they have competing technologies as far as phones are concerned. But right now, the largest competitor to the Apple obviously is a Google phone. And so they're saying, well, look, we might have to disconnect from Google because they are just too much into our system, or we are just using their maps a little bit too much. So they right now are looking for ways to get rid of Google Maps. So if for those of you that are on the iPhone, the iPad, or whatever other Apple device you own, just know that Apple is working very hard to get off of anything that is related to Google. So again, I got that from Gizmodo. All right, we're going to take one more break here, and after the break, we're going to take a look at, the future of supermarketing, where we no longer use barcodes.
What?
And we're also going to take a look at, got some new information about the 2012 Summer Olympics and how you'll be able to watch that entirely for free online. So that and much, much more in this break. After this break, we're going to go to Blog Roll right now and take a look what you guys are writing, what you're putting out there into the blogosphere. And if Derek were here, I would say Blog Roll. Blog Roll. This is definitely our opportunity to look at what you guys are putting out there. And we always like to read your stories. So make sure that I have a link to your stories, and I will read it, and we can talk about it. Today I have two stories. We're going to start with the first one, which comes from Miss Eileen's blog, which is called basicblogtips.com. That's basicblogtips.com. This one is not written by her, but it is written by one of her many guest authors. And this is called, What Are You Getting from Your Blog Comments? Which is the question, written by Sanjeev. What are you getting from your blog comments? And as we have talked about on this show, Miss Eileen knows very well the power of community, the power of engagement and interaction, because she is such the queen of commenting. And so I think this is a good article that kind of puts it out there. You know, what are you getting from your comments? You know, what are you doing on the backside? I'm going to give you this URL to you. I want you to go over there and read it and get that good information in you. Because it's good information. So let me say thank you to you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that with us. Definitely appreciate it. Also, we have another one from Little Son 81, also known as Vincent Davis.
Augustus.
Right?
Jr.
Prince.
Esquire.
Prince. This one is called Little Son Chronicles on One Accord, ... And in this post, he references the very movie that we talked about at the beginning of the show, talking about Coney, and not the Coney food or the cheese Coney, but rather Coney 2012. He talks about that and gives some additional thoughts and inspiration from that story. So let me share this URL with you. Go over there, and in both cases, please go to each one of these persons' blogs. Just say hi on their comment section. Just say hi. Say I'm listening. I'm reading, and let them know that you are a Room 3026 live listener. His blog is littlesonproductions81.wordpress.com. That's littlesonproductions81.wordpress.com. All right, let me see here. Okay, so let's jump into the last two stories of the show. Let's talk about this new Supermart checkout service. Now, many of you guys have been in line before, right?
Right.
And in this checkout line, and there's like, if I go to Walmart, which is where I do a lot of my shopping, you can do like self-checkout, or you can do the checkout with the cashier. And really what I like to do is sort of determine which is the fastest lane. And they're not always right next to each other, so you kind of have to wait and see, well, who's, is it like an old lady behind the cash register? But you're like, oh, man, she's going to be a long time before she gets to where I'm going.
Right.
Or that young buck that, that looks like he has a lot of energy. But then there's always that one young lady who can like whip through a bunch of groceries in like no time flat.
Right.
So you're always like keeping your eye on which aisle to get into. There's a new technology though that is coming out of I don't know. It looks like Asia somewhere, Japan, China, one of the two. My guess is probably Japan. But in any case, there's a new technology coming out that says, look, we don't even need barcodes anymore. We can actually scan the product itself. Just it could be anything. It could be packaged food like Doritos, or it could be an apple, and it can tell you exactly what it is and then charge you for it. Which means if you are a cashier or the person to check out, right, all you gotta do is just flash this food in front, or this product in front of this laser, and it will scan it and then tell you exactly what it is. Which means you can go through faster. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll pay faster, because people, still pay with checks, and they don't pre-write the checkout. They just start writing as soon as the food has been scanned and they have a total. Then they start writing out Walmart, and then they spell. It's like, dude, really get a charge card or something.
Right.
Get a Google Wallet or something. Pull out, then you get the ones that have cash and they have all these coins. Anyway, I digress. So, this new technology, you can check this out. It's on gizmodo.com, and you get all the details on that. I think it's kind of cool, though, the whole concept of just checking out. I almost thought it was like Google goggles, because you could basically do the same thing with Google, is just scan it.
Right.
And then it will tell you what it is. Like, you can do phone numbers, you can do business cards, you can even translate stop signs into English if you're in a different language, which I thought was pretty cool. Eileen says, since I am the queen, I am going to knight you, Sir Damon. Oh, behave. Yeah.
Really?
Hey, I am now a knight. Mike, from this point on, I want you to call me Sir Damon.
What?
Sir Damon. Get it right. If you're going to call him the world's funkiest man, you call me Sir Damon. I have now been knighted by the Queen. Thank you, Miss Eileen. I appreciate that.
I am Sir Damon of Camelot.
Bob H says it's going to be a sequel. It's going to be called Coney Island 2013. Anyway,
Return of the Cheese Coney 2014. Man?
and he says later on, since we're talking about this scanning technology, you can actually scan checks and then give it back to them. Yeah, I've seen that actually, where you could do that. You can just like they'll give you the check back. Like,
yeah.
Here you go. And like what?
What?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We've already got our money. Continue though.
Really?
Yeah. Exactly. All right, let's see here. We got one other story. I want to talk about YouTube and NBC will be delivering this summer's 2012 Olympics for free online. We've seen how you can watch the Super Bowl online. Now you can watch the Summer Olympics online for free. I like this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it's free, partially, and you can watch it from anywhere. Right? From the phone, from your computer, from home, from the bar, wherever.
Right.
NBC is basically teaming up with YouTube just to live stream more than 3,000 hours of coverage from the London 2012 Olympics. You'll be able to watch the entire thing on NBCOlympics.com, which is going to be using YouTube's infrastructure. So you won't have to go to YouTube to watch it. You can just go right there to NBCOlympics.com, and you can get the entire Olympics live, which I think is awesome. Live. And I think what we're seeing here, we're definitely seeing a huge shift in how we watch entertainment.
Yep.
Right, and I think this is great that NBC is doing this, and it's great that the NFL really worked hard to make this happen as well. I think this is a good move. This is how you're going to be able. This is how the world can watch entertainment. Right, I don't even have to be in the country, and I can watch the Olympics.
Right,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
this is going to be like I bet you, because we're talking about the Olympics. This is going to break records as it comes to watching numbers.
Right.
I think the last one was it the Grammys, or was it the Grammys that won? They had the highest number, and as far as online watching and and tweeting and all this, that, and the other.
Right.
I guarantee you, this Olympics is going to crush it.
Yeah. Especially like records get broken and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yo, go now and watch.
Usain Bolt run the 5-second 100.
Exactly.
Man, if he runs that thing in 5 seconds,
dude.
That's 100 meters.
I'm just saying, that is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. We're just changing the way we watch entertainment.
Yeah.
The other thing I think
we consume content.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And then not to mention, since we talk about social TV all the time, built on top of that, you can then interact with your friends in real time while you're watching the Olympics. This is just an exciting time to be alive right now. Just to see what you can do with this, to see the change in so many things. So like we talked about with Coney 2012 and how they're using technology, not only can you as an individual do this, but now we're seeing these larger companies that are saying, wait a second, we need to tap into this. We need to take advantage of this, which I think is just amazing. So Anyway, keep your eyes open for that, because I'm sure there can be more things to come. And I don't know about you, but Summer Olympics is definitely fun. And I think this is probably the biggest of the two different Olympics, because there's like Winter Olympics, which are also fun to watch. But I think there's something about Summer Olympics that just is like the bigger of the two events. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you get all the best events in the summer, like swimming and running.
90 seconds.
Running.
Basketball.
Do they have gymnastics in Winter Olympics? I don't remember. No. Basketball. That's another one.
Baseball,
right?
boxing.
The Dream Team.
Yep.
You get the best of all the worlds. So anyway, that's coming, man. YouTube, I'm telling you, man. Google, YouTube, can't mess with them. All right. Well, anyway, that sound means it's time for us to run up out of here. So let me say thank you to you. Let me say thank you to Aaron K. White. Thank you for joining us.
Seconds.
And thank you for the first access. We're going to take some more time and look at that. Also, Alan Tran, the man. Thank you, sir. Miss Eileen Smith. Little Bites. That's Marianne. Michael Render. Nab. That's Neil Bishop. Random Bennington. That's Bob Hazelwood. Also, Dyslexic in America. Thank you for joining us as well. Definitely appreciate you. And listen, all of you listening live in an archive, thank you so much for what you do. We appreciate you. Don't forget you can get the higher quality audio on youtube.com/Damon Nolan. That way it'll be up sometime today. And want to say thank you guys for making this show such a wonderful success. It's going to do it for us, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then,
deuces.
Deuces.
10 seconds.